And now for a few quick announcements. The Obsidian Ghost Council will be making their annual audit trip to the church this Sunday. We ask that all parishioners please be on their best behavior. As far as the little Athreos Achievers is concerned, these are evil, vile little children. The little Athreos Achievers are the exact reason the Obsidian Ghost Council is the Ghost Council instead of the Human Council when they killed them during last year's audit. I will not have this church be embarrassed like that again. So parishioners, if you see the little Athreos Achievers running around, take care of them. And remember, parishioners, there's always strength in numbers when approaching the little Athreos Achievers, and don't look them in the eyes because that's where the evil comes from. Welcome to the Church of Athreos. Have a seat, have a seat. Welcome to the Church of Athreos. Hope we have a nice church service for you today. I'm excited. So we've got a Flooded Strand, Scrublands, Plains. We've got Zulaport, Phyrexian Arena, Tide Hollow. Oh, and we got some Wort, the Raidmother. Yeah, we'll go and keep on this one. This sounds pretty fun. I like this. I always enjoy playing against Wort over there. Let's get our command zone all set up. Let's go ahead and go. Let's go Flooded Strand. And grab a black source, and then we'll go and pass the turn. But yes, welcome to the Church of Athreos, guys. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're excited for today. Maybe we get a little Reanimator on demons, some Zulaport action, aristocrats. If not, bring everybody back and kill them again. Have some fun with that. But yeah, this is Cleric Tribal without the Lords. We got Reanimator on demons, and there's just a very strong theme of sacrificing stuff to draw a bunch of cards, or drawing a bunch of cards and losing a bunch of life. Let's go and crack this Flooded Strand. Let's grab a Godless Shrine off that one. Boom, put that into play tapped. We're good. Don't want to shock that one in. And then I'll cover what our commanders do in just a second. Let's get this chat closed out. There we go. Okay. So we got the Scrubland coming in hot. Let's go ahead and... any certain way we want to sequence this. We can go Zulaport. Yeah, let's go Zulaport. It's a good little spot right there. We can swing in with Zulaport, and then we can go Phyrexian Arena next turn. Get that 40-turn clock established. It's always good. But yes, we're playing Athreos, God of Passage. Athreos has Devotion 7, then he turns into a creature. And then whenever another creature we control dies, return it to our hand unless target opponent pays 3 life. Playing against Wort the Raidmother, whenever she enters the battlefield, create two 1/1 red and green Goblin Warrior creature tokens. And then each red or green instant you control gains Conspire. Okay. So let's go ahead and get that swamp down. Let's come in hot. Once again, we're going to get that 39-turn clock established. Our opponent will be shaking in his boots. Alright, Zulaport's coming in. Going to bump him on the head with that little whatever stick he's got over there. And let's go for some Phyrexian Arena. When you get the card drop and running, that's one of the main things when you're playing this deck, is you want to get card drop and running. I love drawing cards and losing life. It's one of my favorite things to do in Magic. So, get down Phyrexian Arena, and plus Phyrexian Arena adds to the Devotion Arena. So we're at 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll actually have Devotion if we go. Oh, Reclamation Sage, bummer. Fair enough, man. I just hate when card draw gets taken away because I want to draw those extra cards. Let's go Plains. Do we want to go Tide Hollow Sculler? Not going to swing it with Zulaport right now. We do have Diabolic Intent. Sacrifice a creature, set your life for a card, and put it into your hand. Anyway, we want to sequence this. We could go for some... Yeah, we're not going to swing in. Let's go for some Tide Hollow action. We'll see what our opponent's got cooking in the kitchen. So we're going to yield right there. And then let's bring up the snipping tool. There we go. So we've got Acidic Slime, we've got Cultivate, we've got Lightning Greaves, we've got Regrowth. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Look, they're going to be able to make the land drop next turn. I may take that Acidic Slime, I think. Yeah, let's take that Acidic Slime. Okay. So we got Acidic Slime goes to our hand, and then let's go for a Vampire Hex Mage. And then, yeah, we'll go and pass the turn. So we took that Acidic Slime. Let's be sure and cross that off. There we go. But yeah, sorry if that intrudes on the screen a little bit. It's the easiest way for me to quickly keep track of what's going on in their hand, and they fired off that Cultivate. But yeah, that's the easiest way for me to do it. When I write it down, it takes about 10 or 15 seconds, and I lose track sometimes. Opponent played the Temple of Abandon, so that's going to leave Lightning Greaves and Regrowth in their hand. Okay. Now, off this Diabolic Intent, we can swing in for 7, or I mean, excuse me, for 5 next turn. We do have the Reclamation Sage kind of holding it down firm right there. We do want to hold on to that 6 slime because the only really target for the 6 slime is going to be one of our lands, which I do not want them to blow up. Ooh, that's pretty good. Night's Whisper, lose 2 life, draw 2 cards. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for that. Let's fire off a Night's Whisper. So we're looking at right there. Hopefully we make a land drop for the turn. If not, we can get into spots. Ooh, Enlightened Tutor, that's pretty good. Oh, we got double Blood Artist action. This is kind of coming together. All we need is a sack outlet now. We need some lands. That's exactly what we need. But let's go ahead and let's go Blood Artist because we can go Enlightened Tutor during our upkeep, and then we can search for like an enchantment to start drawing some cards. But yeah, this is one of the reasons why I love playing this Church of Athreos deck is because like we're getting into a really heavy aristocrat style build with this. Sometimes you can just go straight beat sticks, get a bunch of creatures up there, come in hot with Athreos. He's gonna bang somebody in the head with his little stick over there. But you know, other times you just kind of have a lot of fun, and that's what we're doing right now. Building up. It's just all about building up a nice little board state. Then there's other times where you can start sacrificing a bunch of creatures. Let's say that you have a demon maker over there in the Scourge deck High Priest, which actually we may go for a Scourge deck High Priest with this. We don't have a sack outlet though. That's good to have. Ooh, Green Sun Zenith, 4/4. That's going to get shuffled back in and regrowth is still in the hand. So we don't know what the other card in our opponent's library is. Yavi My Elder, Mr. DJ. I saw an altar of him where his hands are, and they drew like a little DJ table and they drew like a gold chain on him. I thought that was pretty funny. Alright, so we do have first strike with the Vampire Hexmage, so we're kind of just in a little bit of a stalemate right now. Enlightened Tutor. Let's go ahead and fire this one off. Now, do we want... I think I want Dark Tutelage. I want to get this card draw back up and running. We're going to miss out on a land drop for the turn, but I like it. Yeah, let's go for that. Let's get down Dark Tutelage. We need some card draw. I want to lose some life. Okay, so we get down Dark Tutelage. Now here's the interesting thing with Athreos. Athreos is one of those commanders in that sometimes we may not get Athreos down. Because right now if we're going for an aristocrat style package, which we do have Diabolic Intent, which can find us a Living Death or something like that, we always want the creatures to go to the graveyard for sure. Because we can get into spots where our opponent's not going to pay that 3 life, they're going to go back to our hand, and we want them in the graveyard rather than going there. So it's kind of one of those that we may not get Athreos down right now, but we can actually kind of go beat sticks. If we want to get Athreos down, we get enough devotion, and we can get down the Unhallowed, give everybody +1/+1, and have Undying. We only have 1 human out there right now. So we're looking at making Blood Artists a 1/2, 3/2 first strike, 3/3 first strike. So that'd be in a pretty good little spot right there. So we get the Raidmother coming down, and then our opponent still has that regrowth in their hand, return target creature. All right, so we got the Goblin Warriors coming in. Okay, put a +1 counter on everybody. Yeah, we may end up getting some nice little damnation action off this Diabolic Intent, but we'll see what we flip off this Dark Tutelage. We could actually go for, if we want to set it up, now if he wants to swing in for 4, sure, go for it. I think we'll let this one come on through. Sure, go for it. We can get into a spot where if they get a bunch of creatures, we have doubles. Yeah, we have Blood Artist. Blood Artist is going to count for our opponent's creatures if we fire damnation. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be 5 triggers, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9, they'll lose 9. And then Zulaport for 4. That's going to be 13 that our opponent's going to lose. Dark Tutelage, let's see what we flip off this one. So we could actually go for a damnation type win. Ooh, Thespian Stage. We could get a nice little Merit Lage token off of this Diabolic Intent. You tend to not go for stuff like that all the time. Like, if you're wondering why I haven't fired it off, that's not on my radar to automatically go for the Merit Lage win right there. So, but we may actually end up doing that. I kind of like that. So let's go. Do I want to sacrifice that right now? We can make Thespian Stage. We won't have the land drop. We'll have that Merit Lage token. Then we can go for a Damnation win. I think I'd like that. Let's go. Yeah, I think I do like that a lot. Let's go. I don't really want to sacrifice one of the Blood Artists because we need them out there. So I may do a little setting up. Let's go for some Bygone Bishop. And then we can Diabolic Intent on that Bygone Bishop. We'll make the Thespian Stage drop for the turn, and then we'll go and pass the turn. That way we have a target, because we're getting in a spot where if we get enough creatures out there, we may just be able to Diabolic Intent for just enough. Because we're swinging in for 20, that's going to put our opponent down to 19. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we'll be at 15 total triggers that we're going to get off of Damnation off Diabolic Intent if we don't go for the Dark Depths combo with Vampire Hexmage. I'm not sure yet. I don't know if we want to save it for the Vampire Hexmage, if we want to save the Diabolic Intent for a what is the land? The Dark Depths, or if we want to go for a Damnation. So we'll see. And our opponent not swinging is actually pretty good. Viscera Seer, there is our sack outlet, and there is a nice little Soul Warden. So let's go ahead and go. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have enough for the Unhallowed. Let's go Viscera Seer. Oh, dang it, I meant to do that out of order so we can get the Soul Warden trigger. Sorry about that. So we get down Viscera Seer. Let's get down Soul Warden. I meant to do it the other way. So we're going to have those clue tokens. So we'll be able to crack those clue tokens. And people are going to be able to gain life. Yeah, now that we're getting a lot more creatures out there, I think I may actually want to go for a Damnation type effect. I think I kind of like that. Especially if our opponent's not swinging in. We're just going to kind of hold still if he's going to hold still. And then we can crack a clue token on our opponent's turn. Yeah, I like this. Pretty good. So as far as our opponent got asceticism out there. Got a Blood Arts trigger, choose him. Search for 2 basics, draw another card. Hopefully if we start ripping some lands, then we can get into spots where we can Diabolic Intent and get down Damnation. And then without the asceticism, our opponent's going to be able to regenerate target creature. Okay, pretty good. But yeah, if we get into another tutor, we're definitely going to go Diabolic Intent for Dark Depths, sacrifice Vampire Hexmage, get that Merit Lage token, and then the only thing that we know for sure they have in hand is Regrowth, and so we'll be in a good spot. But you can see we're having 2 Zulaport, like a Zulaport and a Blood Artist type effect with the Damnation effect. It's actually pretty good out there. All right, return target card. Okay, we get some Regrowth action. And we got some Cultivate action getting brought back. We're going to fire those off, and Regrowth is in the graveyard now. So there we go. Crossed off. We don't need that anymore. Okay. So we're going to gain that life. Yeah, I kind of want to get a nice little Damnation of type effect. So if we can start generating a lot more things, that sounds pretty fun to me. And we actually, yeah, since we want some stuff in the graveyard, if we end up getting like a Rally the Answers or something, I don't know if we're actually going to get down Athreos right now. We can get into spots where we get down Athreos, sacrifice Athreos is going to go back to the command zone with Viscera Seer, so we may end up doing that, but I think we'll just kind of hold off right now. Now we're getting to the spots where Wort's probably going to be going off pretty quick, so we might have to fire off that Damnation here in a little bit. Kind of get that up and running. Alright, so we got double Cultivate getting fired off. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and crack this clue token. And our opponent only has a 4/4 for its trouble, so let's go and crack this right now. Let's crack a clue token, draw a card. Edgewalker. That's pretty good. Edgewalker allows us, if we do get down to Athreos, to kind of Priest of the Blood Rite. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. Ooh, it's Scourgestag High Priest. Beautiful. These are human clerics. So let's go ahead and we've got 5 mana, so we need to get on Edgewalker. We can get down Scourgestag High Priest. Yeah, I like this. So let's get down the Scourgestag High Priest. Let's get down to Edgewalker first. We're looking at Thespian Stage. We're going to get that converted mana cost. We're going to get Scourgestag High Priest for... Technically, we should have paid 1 more mana right there. So what I'm going to... Because what Edgewalker does is it reduces the cleric spells by... it still should have cost 1 to cast. So I'm not going to... It's one of those, it's kind of busted. I'm going to go and tap the Scrubland because I want to play honest. We could have left it up for a clue token, but... I just want to be honest on that one. So, because that's what it would have... right? Yeah, you would have to pay colorless. Because we just tap 1 on that one instead of it being free. Yeah, I'm right on that one. So we're looking at 4. Do we want to swing? We can swing in with the Bygone Bishop. We don't want to swing in right there. Don't want to hold on to Zulaport. We have Viscera Seer. Yeah, we'll just go and swing in for 2. I'm okay with that. There's nothing else we really need to do as far as nothing has reach over there. Okay. So we got Bygone Bishop coming in hot. Dropping down to 37. Now let's get a nice little damnation count. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm going to grab my pen so we can keep track of this. So we've got a 14 damnation over there. And as he makes more creatures, I'm way okay with that. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a Devour 2. And Devour 2. Yeah, we can get in a spot to where they want to start making a bunch of tokens. Yeah. So we're looking at, I think that was 15 total creatures times 2, that's 30. Yeah, we may end up getting, and plus we have the Skurstag High Priest, and we have Priest of the Bloodright making a few extra tokens. Alright, so we got the, the beginning of each upkeep. Okay. So, yeah, we're getting into spots where we may be able to close the game out with a nice little damnation. Especially if we go Priest of the Bloodright. Ooh, Mana Crypt. There we go. Now we're getting into some mana. So let's get the Swamp down. Let's get down the Mana Crypt. Let's get down Mana Crypt. And our opponent does have flying over there. So let's go Priest of the Bloodright. So we're looking at black, 1, 2. And then, there we go. So we're going to gain life, get that 5/5 demon. We still have the Soul Warden trigger, and then I'm going to go ahead and close the graveyard out so we can see what's going on. Then we got Gain on Life, and then we have the Diabolic Intent. What do we want to sacrifice? Let's go ahead, and we don't want to sacrifice that demon over there. So let's go ahead and we'll be just out of reach of that damnation to cast off this turn. Let's go and fire Diabolic Revelation off. We're looking at black and then white. As additional cost, sacrifice a creature. Who do we want to sacrifice? I guess Soul Warden? No, we want to hold on to Soul Warden. But we'll have active online for Skurstag High Priest. So we're going to basically replace the creature. Want to hold on to Vampire Hexmage. You don't want to give Tide Hollow back. So I guess the safest play to make would be, I guess, Priest of the Bloodright. If we bring it back, we'll get that extra demon. Yeah, I think I like that. Because we're just going to lose that life. So we got Zulaport trigger. And we got the Blood Artist trigger up top. We're going to search up for Damnation. We'll be able to cast it off next turn and kind of swing into a board state. But we'll see how many creatures get out there, because we might be able to close it off with a nice little Damnation effect. So let's grab Damnation. There we go. It goes into our hand. And we can also actually go for the Unhallowed, or we can get down Athreos. It'll turn on Devotion, and if we want creatures to go back to our hand, we'll have that extra effect right there. Yeah, we'll go for some Athreos. Well, actually, we may want to crack a Clue token. That way we can get something else. Yeah, I think we'll go and hold off. And while we still have Morbid active, I'm going to go ahead and make some... let's tap the... We're not going to tap the Blood Artist and the Zulaport, because we're definitely not blocking with those. Get 2 5/5 demons. And yeah, and then we'll go ahead and pass the turn. Alright, so let's get a creature count. Okay. So we got... We're going to gain that life, and I think our opponent's being a little bit cautious with the dragon tokens out there. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we've got 19 that our opponent's going to be losing. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We've got 11 over here. It's 20. That's going to be 30. Yeah, we're getting really close to closing it out, especially if we just fire off this Damnation. Because we'll have Morbid online if we start sacking. Yeah, I think we're at like 30 triggers. Because what's going to happen is when we fire this Damnation off, we're going to get a ton of Blood Artist triggers for everything on the battlefield. Then we're going to get all of the Zulaport triggers for the stuff over here. So, we do have the Mana Crypt, so we can actually get down Athreos, God of Passage, sacrifice it, start sacrificing some creatures. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see exactly how we want to sequence this. Because we can sacrifice a creature, get an extra demon for Morbid. Yeah, we might be able to close it out. We're getting really close to this one. We'll see exactly what. And plus, we also have the Unhallowed, giving everybody Undying, so we can start sacrificing a bunch of creatures too off the Yeah, I think we can do that. Ooh, 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 nasty, nasty, nasty. Deals 3 damage to each creature that be exiled this way. Alright, so we got some sacrificing to do, guys. Hope you're ready to get these triggers up and running. That is a bummer. I guess we kind of waited a little too long. Let's go and sacrifice a creature. Let's go ahead and we'll hold on to the 5/5 demons. Let's sacrifice the... How do we going to sequence this? Let's sacrifice the Tide Hollow. Then we got the Zulaport trigger, Blood Artist. So that card's going to get returned back. And we have the Scry, so we can Scry something to the top. We've got a lot of creatures to Scry with. Regenerate target creature. Okay. And if they're going to tap out regenerating a bunch of creatures for this, then I'm way okay with this, because then we can go for the damnation next turn. We still lose Zulaport and stuff like that, but, you know, maybe we got a little too cute, but, you know, this is still fun doing this. Regenerate target creature, okay. But we've got about, we got a bunch of scries off this Viscera Seer. Mr. Human Heart over here. Alright, so he's going to get that Scavenging Ooze back to the hand. Zulaport. We've got the scry. Let's see what's on top. Rot Lung Reanimator. A little too late on that. We're going to put that one on the bottom. Okay, so let's go ahead and fire up this Viscera Seer. Let's go and sacrifice this Scourge Deck High Priest. Zulaport trigger. Blood Artist trigger. Get a little scry action. See what we hit off this one. Reanimate. Is that something we want? We could reanimate Priest of the Blood right now. I think we'll put that on the bottom right now. Alright, so once again, Viscera Seer. Sacrifice this Edgewalker. Get those two triggers on the stack. Get that little scry action. Catacombs, put that on the bottom. We'll sacrifice this Bygone Bishop. Main thing is we want everybody in the graveyard. That's the main thing that we want. Westvale Abbey. No, we'll put that on the bottom. Let's go and sacrifice that Vampire Hexmage. That's a bummer, man. We were waiting for that damnation to get fired off, and so Anger of the Gods, that kind of throws a monkey wrench into it for sure. Fiend Hunter, yeah, we'll go and put that on the bottom. Let's go ahead and sacrifice. Let's go and sacrifice Soul Warden now. We get the Zulaports. Dark Confidant, put that on the bottom. Now we're going to go ahead and sacrifice the Zulaport. Get those two extra triggers. Get that scry action. Skull Tap. We'll go and put that on the bottom. Kind of looking for a tutor or something to really kind of get something up and running. Blood Artist, put him down to 19. Necromancer, will put that on the bottom. And then we'll go ahead and sacrifice the Viscera Seer to himself. Put that on the bottom. Anger of the Gods is coming in. Okay. Regeneration Clause, we've got 3/3. And this creature does have flying, but we can swing it with the demons, and we still have a clue token to crack too. And then we can follow up with the damnation, kind of clear everything up. So let's go ahead and crack this clue token. Draw a card. Dark Supplicant. A little late to the party, dude. But we'll take it. Okay, so we've got these. Got the Broad Mother trigger. Let's put Mana Crypt trigger on the stack. Dark Tutelage. And then Mana Crypt, Vivid Meadow. Not exactly what we wanted. She's tails on this bad boy. Won the flip. I can't remember how long Mana Crypt's been out there. Thraben Doomsayer. Okay, so if we go, let's get down Vivid Meadow. I kind of want a Damnation. If we go get down the Unhallowed, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'll get us off of Damnation. We swing it for 5. He has to block right there. That's going to kill them. Puts them down to 10. I think I'm okay with that. 7 cards in hand. Let's go and swing in first. And then, yeah, I think we're going to go for Damnation next turn. Then we can kind of re-rack, because that's a lot of creatures out there for Conspire. So let's go and swing in for 10 right now. Got the little dragon blocking right there. Put him down to 14. Let's go ahead and we'll go for a Damnation. So we'll get black, 2 colorless. It's going to blow everybody up. Nobody has regeneration. Okay. Let's get down the... actually, we may go for Athreos, because it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or we can go for the Unhallowed. Yeah, let's go for Athreos. It'll be a nice little beat stick, and it'll get pumped up right there. I like that. So we'll go colorless, and then tap for black. Athreos is going to come in. Welcome to the church service, Athreos. And if our opponent wants to go for the... They have more than enough mana to cast their commander, but at least we're going to kind of clear the board up. That was pretty nice. And then Athreos will have this indestructible. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3. Dark Tutelage, you got it, man. Alright, let's see what's coming in now. Okay, we got Wort coming in, and we have the Lightning Greaves over there. Be able to put the Lightning Greaves on there, get those two. But the main thing is our opponent's going to be... Although I do have the Oran Reef to give those little +1 counters. And then that gets put on right there. Yeah, okay. Alright, swinging it hot for 4. That's going to, I think that, how much commander damage has that belt been? 8 total commander damage. Do not want to randomly lose to commander damage that I forgot about. That would not be the best way to lose. Okay, so we got Mana Crypt. Let's choose Tails on this one. On the flip, what we're looking for is like Living Death. I would love a Living Death right now. That's something that would greatly improve our board state because we have a really nice package out there. So let's go ahead and go Marsh Flats. We can go Dark Supplicant. We can go... Actually, let's go the Unhallowed. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at 1, 2. Add black right there. 2, 3. And then tap for 1 more off the Thespian stage. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 6, 7. Yeah, I like that. Let's get down the Thraben Doomsayer. Let's go and crack this Marsh Flats. We'll grab a 1, 2, 3. Do we grab another Plains? No, we'll grab another Swamp right now. So we're looking at Thraben Doomsayer, white, and then black. That's going to turn on Devotion for Athreos, which has Indestructible. Do we want to swing in right now? Yeah, we'll go and swing in. It's Indestructible, so it's not going to matter. That's a nice little clock to get up and running. Okay. Swing in hot for 6. If they block, so be it. It has Undying and Indestructible, and we can take out a little token right there. Yeah, and that'll be it. So we can make a creature token next turn. Then if some crazy wild world where we get into a spot to where we have Fateful Hour, as long as you have 5 or less life, other creatures you get +2/+2. I played, you have to look it up. I can't remember which video it is, but I did play a Church of Athreos video that Fateful Hour got turned on because I went under 5 life and I didn't realize it. I'm like, where does this pump effect come from? And then I finally realized what it was, and I was like, oh, sweet, man. That's pretty cool. All right, so we got Mogwar Marshal coming in. All right, now this will be a good time. And on a side note, guys, if you'd like to sign up to be a parishioner in the Church of Athreos, head over to MTGOTraders.com. That's where we send all of our new recruits to be turned into Blood Artist triggers. So if you're scared, don't worry about it. We love to turn everybody into Blood Artist triggers. All right, they're holding off right there. Okay, looking for that Living Death. Come on, Living Death. We're going to choose Tails on this bad boy. Living Death or a Tutor. That's exactly what we want right now. Come on, come on. Necromancer. That's not too bad. Let's go for... Let's get down Necromancer. We're looking at black right there. Another human we control, which is going to be Thraben Doomsayer. And we can make a human token and take advantage of that Dark Supplicant. And then we can start cracking those clue tokens. Let's go ahead and swing in. Swing in with Athreos. Then we can create a white human token. And then if our opponent swings in, we can block with it. Alright, so we got a little block right there. Let's see if we can regenerate target creature. Okay. And then, yeah, well, I guess we'll play the Vivid Meadow for the turn. And then, yeah, I think that'll be it. Anything else we want to do? No, it should be good. So right now, our outs for this deck right now is drawing just a tutor spell. Any tutor spell. Or Living Death. Or something like Rally the Ancestors. We have more than enough mana to close it out with Blood Artist and that Viscera Seer in the graveyard. So we're looking for some type of graveyard recursion. Or, Siege Gang Commander. Okay, Create 3, and then our opponent can start activating on that. Yeah, definitely want to get that. So we have we can draw 2 cards off this clue token. Another way we can do is Thespian Stage. We don't have a way to, well, we have Thespian Stage and Dark Depths. The Unhallowed, okay. Other humans you control get +1 and have Undying. So he does not have Undying. 2 damage, okay. And then we don't have a sack outlet for this human over here, but if they want to swing in, yeah, sure, you got it, man. Adios. Adios, muchacho. Let's see if he'll pay that 3 life. Otherwise, we get it back to our hand. Alright, he does pay that. I'll take that. And it's even better for us in the graveyard. That makes it a little bit easier for us. Alright, so they're swinging in. We can make a human token and then just kind of upgrade and get a zombie token with the Necromancer. Because whenever a human we control dies, create a 2/2 black zombie token. So that'll be a good little spot for it. Alright, opponent opts not to swing in. So let's go ahead and make a human token. And then we do have... No, that's a human wizard right there. So let's get cracking. We're going to crack this clue token right now. Draw a card. Reprocess. Okay. Draw another card. Polluted Delta. Come on, Tutor. We need a Tutor, man. Mana Crypt. We're going to choose Tails on this one. One to flip. Living Death. Animate Death. That's not too bad. So let's get down so we can animate dead on the Dragon Broadmother, create a 1/1 and devour 2. Enters the battlefield twice that many counters on her. Now they're siege gang commanders, so we have to watch out for that. So that's going to be a 4/4. Our opponent's going to have more than enough mana to start sacking these little goblins. So sacrifice a goblin. So yeah, we can kind of watch out for animate dead. But if we get into weird spots where we can bring something back out of the graveyard, like a Zulaport, but we don't have a sack outlet, and our devotion right now is at 6. Now, if we reprocess on humans, that's going to be 3 zombies. 3 zombies are going to be drawing 3 cards. They could sack a few extra lands to draw some cards. I guess I'm not too worried about the crackback right now. Our opponent swinging in, so we can make an extra human token. Yeah, we're gonna get a little festive right here because we're gonna get some zombies off sacrificing all these humans. Let's fire off a reprocess. Let's go ahead and let's crack this polluted delta. That way we're drawing one less card because we just need like a living death. That's all we need. Let's fire off this reprocess. We're looking at black, colorless, and even if we go rally the ancestors, you need to leave up 5 mana. So we're gonna be a little aggressive with this reprocess. Okay, so we got reprocess. We're going to sacrifice Thraben, the Necromancer, Dark Supplicant, Human, so they're all going to get replaced with zombies, and then we're going to start sacrificing some lands too. Oh, bummer, man. Nice play right there. Yeah, that happens. We'll still get a 2/2 zombie for our troubles, though. We'll take that. Put our triggers on the stack, and we got the Necromancer. And then it'll put our opponent down to 8. Get a 2/2 zombie. Okay. Let's go ahead and we're going to sacrifice a 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go ahead and sacrifice that right there. And I think we'll go ahead and sacrifice Athreos. Oh, creatures, artifacts, or lands. Let's go ahead and sacrifice the 2 swamps. Make sure that's clicked right there. There we go. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's going to leave us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need to leave enough for rally or living death. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That'll be just enough right there. So yeah, that'll be 7 cards. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Do we want to sacrifice the Mana Crypt? Yeah, we're going to sacrifice the Mana Crypt. Okay. Okay, so we got all those, and oh man, still don't got it, man. Got those Athreos triggers. So I got these triggers on the stack. Always yield. See if our opponent's going to fire those off. This should go back to our hand. Or they're a bunch of tokens, so Dark Supplicant and Thraben Doomsayer. Okay, so we already made the land drop for the turn. Let's go Thraben Doomsayer again. Tap for white right there. And then let's go for, I guess, let's go and read the bones, man. We've got to hit some type of tutor something soon. There we go. Rotlung Arena. Put that on the bottom. Put Vampiric Tutor on top of our library. And then we do get a sack outlet. We'll go and get down Dark Supplicant. Okay, now we're finally getting somewhere. Now, if our opponent wins the game, good for him next turn. But we finally rip a Dark Demonic Tutor. And we'll be able to chunk some nice stuff into the graveyard for this Living Death. Let's go and put a set. We have 10 cards, so we got to put 3. Let's go Bloodthrone Vampire. Let's go Eily. And then we'll go ahead and go Devout Chaplain. Okay, so during our upkeep, we can fire off Vampiric Tutor, go for a Living Death. That'll flip everybody out of the graveyard. They're going to get that Dragon Broad over there. But we'll finally be in a good spot to where we can finally close it out with some nice little Blood Artist type action right there. Oh, man. Yeah, we tried to go for a Damnation win. That's kind of one of those like style point wins, and we kind of got in trouble for it. But, you know, that happens. Yeah, he's swinging in hot, so we're just going to go ahead and block across the board on that one. Okay, so we got the Shared Animosity coming in, so we're looking at 7, Thraben Doomsayer right there, because that's going to be the most, and then we got a 5 coming across. We'll just go Dark Supplicant on that. Actually, let's switch this around. Well, it has no more than enough mana to regenerate, but at least we'll make him. Alright, let's go Thraben right here, so they have to go for Siege Gang, and we'll Dark Supplicant right there. Okay. So we finally hit that dark Vampiric Tutor, so we'll be able to fire out that Living Death, kind of flip the graveyards up. Regenerate Siege Gang. Okay. So we got the Athreos trigger. I'm going to go back to our hand, write the hand. And then let's see. Okay. Not going to skip through this Vampiric Tutor. There we go. Alright, Vampiric Tutor. Fire this bad boy off. So we're either going to grab Living Death or Rally the Ancestors. What sounds good? Let's go for a Living Death. That way they can kind of fire them off. Yeah, let's go for Living Death because we're just going to flip everybody out of the graveyard. So we got Living Death. Goes into our hand. There we go. Beautiful. I've never wanted to see this card so bad in my life. There we go. And we'll tap this Vivid Meadow for white. So we have Living Deaths, we have Sack Outlets, we have Blood Artist triggers out there, tons of stuff. We're going to flip the graveyards. It's going to take a few creatures. There we go. Oh, holy triggers, Batman. I love a good little trigger stack like this. Alright, so we got Soul Warden. Let's put that Tidehollow trigger on the stack first. So we're going to gain all this life right here. And then we've got tons and tons of ways to kind of close this out too, even if our opponent was not at 8 life. So let's get Priest on this trigger. Now, one of the main things, trigger remix. There we go. Okay, so it's going to create those 3 creature tokens off Mogwar Marshal. Now, one of the things that if you're we're gonna gain that life off Soul Warden, which is okay. Now, one of the things that you want to do is if you have a Tidehollow trigger on the stack, you want to get one of your Sack Outlets and sacrifice Tidehollow. That way, it's going to be like an exile type effect. So we're going to use Viscera Seer to sacrifice a creature, sacrifice that Tidehollow. You're going to get a ton of triggers, Blood Artist, and what's going to happen is it's going to have Undying. Well, it's going to come back when we get those extra triggers. All right, so it scoots it up. But yeah, that's going to be a way that you can exile it. So one of the ways that we're going to be able to close the game out, I'm going to take a screenshot just in case it goes away, is one of the things that we're looking to do is we have a Sack Outlet, Viscera Seer. So we have Blood Artist and Zulaport. So every creature that we sacrifice, they're gonna die. They're gonna lose 1 life. They're gonna lose every creature that dies. They're gonna lose 2 life, and we're gonna gain 2 life. One of the ways that we're gonna really, so let's say our opponent was at 100 life. I think we'd be able to close it out because we're gonna have Eiley out here. Everything's gonna have Undying. We also have the Necromancer out here that says whenever a human you control dies, create a 2/2 black zombie token. You have bonus points if you have Rotlung Reanimator out here. So what happens is if you have Rotlung Reanimator and the Necromancer out there is that every time a human or a cleric dies, you're going to get a 2/2 zombie. So you can really take advantage of that. Really fun to play. So, but yeah, that's a nice little church server. So guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.